Everybody, welcome. My name is Lena Glenn, and I'm going to welcome you to our back to school event. Oops, okay, there you go. I live in the southwest suburbs of Chicago. I am a registered nurse. I worked in women's health for 8.5 years. I currently work in medical sales and infant nutrition. I have 3 kids, a 3-year-old, a 7-year-old, and an 8-year-old. And tonight, we're going to take 30 minutes of your time, and I'm going to talk about my health testimony with Plexus and my favorite product. I have 4 other women who have all different backgrounds and our moms as well, and they're going to talk about their health testimony and their favorite Plexus products as well. We wanted to have this event because right now, nerves are so high. Stress is so high. Everything going on with this pandemic has been just so stressful for everyone, the kids, families, all of our environments. And so, you know, a lot of things may be out of our control, but there are a lot of things that we can control. Diet, exercise, our supplementation, our vitamins. And so I wanted to share my story. I've been with Plexus for 6.5 years. And I'll admit, I was a nurse when I started, and I was skeptical. I just didn't think I needed supplementation. I thought I could eat healthy and work out, and I didn't need supplements. But I was also tired. I had terrible brain fog. I had 0 energy. At this time, I had 2 children. I had uncontrollable sugar cravings. I had terrible gut health, which I'll talk a little bit more about. And I just couldn't lose my baby weight from baby number 2. So I was watching my friend Erin, who's a dietitian. She has her master's in nutrition, and she was posting about Plexus on Facebook. So I watched her for about 6 months, and then finally I asked for the ingredient list. I reviewed it. I had a few doctors that I work with review it, but I also took it one step further, and I had my internal medicine doctor review the ingredients. I have a history of high cholesterol. It runs in my family. My cholesterol has always been super high, and so he wanted to put me on medication. I knew with Plexus, these were plant-based products, non-GMO. They were just more of a natural approach, and that's what I wanted. And so I took the products for 6 months and went back to him, and for the first time in forever, my labs were normal. And I remember my doctor was shocked, and he's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Remember when I brought you these Plexus products?" He's like, "Yes, I do." And he's like, "You need to stay on these products." And so from that day forward, I did. And I really can't live without them, but not just because I know labs don't lie, right? As a healthcare provider, we look at labs to find out what's going on with people. But I also started thinking, what else happened in this last 6 months? I started waking up before my alarm clock. I started waking up wanting to work out. I started waking up feeling energized. I felt good again. Like I felt like I did, you know, pre-kids. My brain fog was gone. My gut health had improved. I wasn't going through that M&M bowl and putting my hand in and eating it all. Like I was addicted to those chocolates. And so I started noticing all of these things happening. And it was because I had only added Plexus to my life. And so at that point, I really started looking into gut health. You know, back in 2002, I was hospitalized for 2 nights for my stomach issues. And really, they didn't know what was wrong with me. They just said unexplained irritable bowel syndrome. And so I started really looking in, and probiotics weren't really a buzzword then. Right now, I mean, probiotics are everywhere. I mean, they're even in dog food, right? They're in baby formula. They're in our yogurts, but it wasn't like that in 2002. And so I started really looking at gut health and how it impacts our overall health. And so, you know, we have good and bad bacteria naturally, right? Our bad bacteria in our guts is what decomposes our bodies once we die. We need the bad bacteria. The problem is when there's too much of the bad bacteria. Then you start getting these autoimmune illnesses. Then you start getting these mystery illnesses. And so when your gut is out of balance, it can cause major problems. Fatigue, being tired all the time, stress, anxiety, weight gain, inability to lose weight, weak immune system, being sick all the time and never recovering, mood swings. There's a huge gut-brain connection. And so yeast imbalance can happen quickly. It can happen easily. It happens from stress, happens from excess sugar intake. It happens from environmental factors. I mean, being on antibiotics, it takes your gut almost 1 year to recover from one dose of antibiotics. And so alcohol intake, sugar, all these things, eating processed foods, foods with preservatives, they're all gonna wreak havoc on your gut. And so this is why it's important to really pay attention to that and to balance your gut as much as you can. So the first product I want to talk about is one of my favorites. It's Probio 5. This is hands down one of the best probiotics I've ever researched and taken. It has beneficial enzymes, which a lot of probiotics don't have. It has the 5 strains of probiotics. It has grapeseed extract, which is an antifungal. So these all work together to create that healthy gut environment. A couple statistics for you guys. 70% of your immune system is in your gut, right? So we need to keep our gut healthy to stay healthy. 90% of our body's serotonin, which is, you're gonna think about moods, anxiety, depression, stress, all that is produced in your gut. Over 75% Americans have some form of digestive issues or disease, okay? The 3 most common are upset stomach, diarrhea, and constipation. Our gut contains 3 to 5 pounds of bacteria, okay? So how do we care for our gut? One is the Probio 5. That's our live microorganisms. It's probiotics. They go in, target that yeast and fungi in our gut, okay? 2, you can take prebiotics, which Lauren is going to talk about at the end of our talk. Basically, it's food for the good bacteria in our gut, and that's what we have in our pink drink, which is our flagship product that you'll hear about later. But BioCleanse is our second GI product, and this product goes hand in hand with Probio 5. Think about Probio 5 as bringing all the yeast and fungi to the surface. BioCleanse helps to flush it out, okay? It is a gentle colon flush, okay? It helps promote regularity as well. It is normal to have 1 to 3 bowel movements a day, okay? It is not normal to only go 1 to 2 times a week. So these 2 products are our top gut health products. I love them. I could never, ever, ever live without them. And that's my health testimony. And we're gonna share a few more health testimonies with these awesome women. A lot of them are on my team. And I'm gonna turn it over to Jennifer Bailey. She is a dear friend of mine. She lives in Evansville, Indiana. She is a mama too, and she is also a 3rd grade teacher. So take it away, Jennifer.
Thank you, Lena. Good evening, everybody. Like Lena said, my name is Jennifer Bailey. It is so nice to be with you guys tonight. And I don't know about you guys, but we're in all-out school and mom mode around here. Our school starts on Wednesday, and we are just super, super excited. So I cannot think of a better time to really be investing in our health and in the health of our kids and our families as we embark on this adventure. I know some of you guys are virtual and we are going live, so we're really excited around our house. But like Lena said, I live in Evansville, Indiana. I have loved Plexus for 6 years, 7 years, something like that. It's been a big part of my life for quite a while now. I continue to take the products daily. I continue to see benefits. My husband and I both love all of the products. The ones that Lena she was just talking about, the Probio 5 and the BioCleanse are just a staple that will be with us forever. So tonight though, I get the privilege of talking with you, or I want to share a little bit about my story. So when I did start Plexus, I started on the triplex. And basically, I just wanted to get my products paid for, which is how I became an ambassador with Plexus. And, you know, some of the benefits I've seen over the years are a decrease in massive headaches, more energy, better mood and clarity in my brain and in my mind, better all over balance. I feel like Plexus as a whole, the entire system just brings your system into how it's supposed to function in a balanced form. And then, like I said, like Lena was saying, on a day-to-day basis, getting the bad things out and helping you to make better health choices all the way around. So it has been a real blessing in our life for a very long time, and we just love it. So I cannot wait for you to try it. So tonight I'm going to talk to you about a specific product called X Factor and X Factor Plus. So this is our multivitamin. Many people tack this on to the triplex. Some folks who are customers of mine just take it by themselves. It's a fantastic multivitamin. So did you realize, guys, that, you know, basically in our world right now, we are overfed and undernourished. It's such a sad reality. And no matter how hard I try as a mom, even as a teacher, to instill some of those healthy habits into your kids, it's just life. And, you know, in reality, we are very undernourished as a society. And so enter something into our lives to help fill in the nutrition gaps. And the X Factor Plus does a really, really, really nice job of filling in those nutrition gaps for you. The best thing, like I said, you can do right now is to really boost that immune system and to fill in those nutrition gaps. So what makes the X Factor different than any normal vitamin? I get this question a lot. A lot of people say, I already take a vitamin. I don't need that. Or I want to finish my bottle before I invest in something else. I'm sure some of you guys have heard that too. Or you might be thinking that. Well, let me tell you some things that set Plexus X Factor vitamin apart, okay? First of all, it's been clinically proven, and you're going to get this, ladies, to deal with menopausal hot flashes. This is a big selling point because a lot of women and men too have issues, but especially women have issues with hot flashes, with sleeplessness, mood, and it does help with those kind of things. Some other things that might help with would be thyroid function, collagen levels, mental clarity. It will help keep your blood pressure where it is. So if you are in the normal range, it will help keep that. It will also help with your hair and nail growth. My nails grow crazy fast, and I know it's because of this specific vitamin. So those are just some of the things that we have noticed and that have been clinically proven to help. But some of the ingredients are what set this particular product apart. First of all, they're all natural. They're plant-based. They're derived from clean water from the Irish coast. I mean, just super, super specific. Plexus goes all in on trying to find the best product or the best ingredients for their products. It's GMO, allergen, binder, gluten-free. So people are not allergic to the things that are specific in this vitamin. One of the main elements that it has is aloe vera. And so aloe vera is known to help with absorption, and it's a superfood. So it's also in our X Factor. It has a lot of folic acid in it. It has the methylated B12, vitamin K, and vitamin T, which helps with the cardiovascular and bone health. And it also has apple and grape seed extract to protect your microbiome in your gut. So there's a whole list of ingredients. I could go through and tell you what every single one do, but those are the specific ingredients that specifically set X Factor Plus apart from other vitamins. So the other great thing I want to share with you before I hand it off is that, guys, X Factor comes with kids. So the kids are dear and near to my heart, and X Factor Kids is just a child's version of the very similar ingredients. It is paired very well with our Mega Kids microbiome drink, which I do have some. I'm going to show you what this looks like too. However, for years, my kids have taken the X Factor vitamin, and they've just improved it over time. So I just want to share with you about some of my favorite products tonight. Thank you for letting me do that. I'm going to hand it back over to Lena, and hope you guys enjoy your night. Thanks.
Thank you, Jennifer. And I have to echo that. Huge fan of X Factor. I didn't start X Factor right away. And once I did, I noticed. If I ever missed it, I felt a little lethargic. So agree with hair and nail growth. It's awesome. X Factor Kids and Mega Kids are awesome, and Lauren's going to talk a little bit more about those later tonight as well. So stay tuned for those. I'm going to turn it over to Krista Glenn. She's an elementary school teacher for the past 22 years. She lives in Dothan, Alabama, and she is a mom of one. So take it away, Krista.
Hey guys, like Lena said, I'm Krista Glenn. I'm a wife of 21 years, and I've been a mom for 15. We have one son, and Monday I will begin my 22nd year of teaching. So just a quick background of Plexus for me. I began in 2016, and the biggest reason I started was because I had zero energy. I would come home from school, I would take a nap, then I would get up and cook supper, eat supper, clean it all up, and y'all, I was ready for bed at 8 o'clock every night. And I would wake up the next morning and not feel rested at all. And it was just a vicious cycle every day. Come home, take a nap, bed by 8. I mean, it was just like that. And at one point, my husband said, something's wrong with you. You need to go to the doctor and figure out what it is. So I did. I went to the doctor. They did blood work. Everything was normal. And that's when Plexus entered my life. And I mean, it literally changed everything. I didn't come home and take naps every day. I mean, that was within probably a week, I could feel a difference. I wasn't taking naps. In fact, when I was coming home, I was going out running or exercising and being more active in the afternoons. And because I had more energy, I became more productive. You know, I was able to keep up with things around the house and get things done for school, you know, maybe that I would bring home. But, you know, I'm sure surely Jennifer's not the same as me, but I would bring it home and then it would go right back to school the next day, having not been touched. So it really did change. So thinking about 2020, and I'm actually going to be a virtual teacher this year for our grade level. So that brings a whole nother level of stress and anxiety and nervousness. So I'm excited to share with you my two favorite products. The first one is Active. I don't know if you guys can see that. So I brought my bag too. They come in sticks like this. And this is, when they released this, I mean, I immediately said, I've got to have this every day. And so I mix this with my Slim every morning. And so I was kind of reading some more about it. All I knew is that it made me feel good and it made me be productive. So it contains L-theanine, which is for mental clarity. And I was like, that's why, you know, when I drink it, I have mental clarity. It's got bioavailable forms of vitamins A, C, E, and B. I mean, that's big. That's a lot of the vitamins that you need. But then the other thing that I noticed about some of the ingredients, sorry, I lost my train of thought, is it's got a blend of turmeric, which is anti-inflammatory. That's big. Tart cherry, which helps with endurance, inflammation, and muscle soreness. So, you know, if I'm running, you know, that's going to help that too. And it's also got blueberry and kale, which are obviously full of antioxidants. So, you know, not only is it a clean energy drink, it's also giving you ingredients that your body and nutrients that your body needs to function. And the other thing that it does, and maybe Lena can explain it if I don't explain it right, is that it helps the nitric oxide, which helps our body increase oxygen flow. And so all of those ingredients help do that. So that's Active. I mix it with my Slim. I don't know if anybody else does that, but I love that. All right, the second product I'm going to tell you about is MetaBurn. If you can see that, my light's kind of shining in it. MetaBurn is actually a metabolism booster. But the thing that I love most about this is that it also provides mental clarity and focus, because it also has L-theanine, just like Active. So it also includes another one called rhodiola, and they both help sharpen your focus. And when they introduced this product, that was one of those things that I took it and I was like, I mean, it was pretty, like within the first couple of days, like I could tell, okay, I'm focused. I've got to get this, because as a teacher, and I'm sure adults in general, but especially as a teacher, I feel like I'm pulled in so many different directions. And so I'll start something and then I'll think, oh, don't forget to go do that. And so then I'll go do that. And so then I'm hopping back and forth and really don't ever get anything done because I can't focus. So these two products have really helped me with my mental clarity, just focusing, and obviously sustained energy throughout the day. So these two things really do, as they like to say, get all the things done. But the good thing is they have natural ingredients. It's not chemicals like in a Red Bull or something like that. It's sustained energy. It's not just something that's going to be there and then gone. So anyway, thank you guys for letting me share, and I'm going to turn it back over to Lena.
Thank you. I love Active and MetaBurn. And I love that there's no crash. Like, sometimes people take those energy drinks and then they have that crash afterwards. Does not happen with these products. Again, I love the ingredients as well. Big fan of Active for pre-workout. Big fan of MetaBurn too. When I get my house cleaned up, I'm gonna take a MetaBurn and then get my house cleaned because I will get it done. But thank you, Krista. All righty, up next is one of my teammates too, Alyssa Hart. She is from Dunlap, Illinois. She's a director of student services and she's a mom of 3. So Alyssa, I'm gonna turn it over to you next.
Perfect. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're on, girl.
Okay, well, I am going to talk about one of my very favorite products that I take every morning. I never forget. There are some products that I may like half the day, and I'm like, did I take my X Factor today, or did I take something that I'm like trying, bio cleanse? Make sure I do that, but I never forget my Vital Biome. So this is my favorite product. I'm constantly going. I'm a director of special ed student services in Dunlap. I have 3 boys, so boys are just running crazy. So all day long. This morning, I think I woke up at 4:30 a.m. and I couldn't fall back to sleep because my brain's constantly going. Work has been very stressful as a director. I have been working very hard on the return to school plan with my director of curriculum, my superintendent, and my assistant superintendent. So the 4 of us are really the creators of our return to school plan. So as you can imagine, we went back to school 5 days, full days, which we were thrown at a couple weeks ago. We created a return to school plan to get everyone out by lunchtime. And then our board voted to go full day, 5 days. So then we had to quickly in 2 weeks create the full day plan. And so just the stress of that all and making sure our staff was ready to come back. Today was our first day back at school and it went amazing. We have 8 buildings in our district and I made sure that I physically was in. I tried all 8, but I made it to 7 out of the 8 and had meetings in between. So honestly, every morning I take this product. I take it on an empty stomach with my coffee. My collagen goes in my coffee and I take this. So those are my 2 first thing in the morning products that I use. And I swear by it. It includes, the stress and my mood, my anxiety level decreased substantially when I started taking it. Just anything, as we start aging, depression and like just different things of the stress that we go through every day. I swear by it. I'm very calm and I'm a pretty happy person. So it takes a lot to throw me, but as I've aged, I could tell that I'm, that balance. I needed to get more of that balance back. And the Vital Biome really, I can never forget it. I take it every morning, like I said, and the stress of it all. I moved during the quarantine in April, so that was stressful for us and our family, and just the changes of things at home. Love this product. I always recommend this the triplex, of course, the probiotics, of course, but as people are, I want to add a new product, I'm often recommending this because of the decrease and it helps reduce that. Just the 8 probiotic strains, amazing product. So I don't know what else I can say about it. I'm very busy. I'm under a lot of stress. I've been going since 4:30 and I started working out today. So as you can tell, I don't look as pretty, but I'm going to be so hot, Lena, you're not going to recognize me.
I love it, Alyssa. If anybody needs something to help with stress and anxiety, I think teachers right now, everything they're going through, this would be a fabulous product for them. Anybody working in the school system, I give props to all of our teachers. I know they're going through lots of changes. We had the same change in our school system as well today. So thank you, Alyssa. I appreciate it. Good to see you. All right, our final speaker of the night is Lauren Miga. She's a dietitian. She works in medical sales. She has quickly become one of my favorite people. She has 2 children and she lives in Downers Grove, Illinois. So Lauren, you could take it away.
Well, that's quite an intro. Thanks, Lena. So as Lena said, I'm a registered dietitian. And if you would have asked me 10 years ago about nutrition supplements, I would have laughed at you. And then I would have told you to look in the toilet because that's where your nutrition supplements were going. But nutrition is a science and it changes, right? Like a lot of things in life. So that means that we have to be open to kind of change and adjust with that. So I started Plexus about 1.5 years ago, and I had recently had my second baby. And to be honest, you guys, I didn't feel terrible, but I wanted to feel better. I wanted more energy. I wanted to lose some of that baby weight. And so I decided to give Plexus a try. And so I get to finish the call today by talking to you guys briefly about 4 different products, 2 of which are for you guys as parents, grandparents, teachers, aunts, uncles, anyone involved with kids. And then the other 2 are really geared towards those kids that we're talking about. So the first one that I want to talk about, Lena alluded to earlier, and that is just a flagship product for Plexus called Plexus Slim, or the pink drink. Now, this is not a meal replacement. I'm going to repeat that. This is not a meal replacement. Many of these products with Plexus are not meant to replace a good diet or good nutrition, exercise, good sleep. They're really meant to complement all of these. So when we talk about Slim, there's 2 different versions. The first one is the microbiome activating. So Lena talked about this a little bit earlier. She talked about ProBio 5. Alyssa talked about Vital Biome. These are both probiotics. Think about your grass outside. The probiotics are the actual grass seeds that are being put down, okay? The probiotics are the actual good gut bacteria in our gut. When we talk about prebiotics, that is the food or the fertilizer to feed your good gut bacteria. So it's one thing to place the good gut bacteria in there, it's another thing to help it flourish. So the microbiome activating is a great product for that. It helps a lot of the right bacteria grow. Now, if you're more on the end of, hey, I need help losing weight, and again, Slim is meant to complement your good nutrition. Slim Hunger Control is the other version. Both of these taste sweet and they're really refreshing, really, really good. But the Hunger Control contains something called polydextrose. And it's meant to be taken about 30 to 60 minutes before a meal. It's a prebiotic fiber that kind of helps fill you up. Now, again, I want you to eat healthy food. I don't want you to stop eating. We need food for good nutrition, vitamins, minerals, even ones that aren't studied as much, aren't as well known as vitamins A or C. So these aren't really meant to take the place of that, okay? Great products. If you want a sample, ask the person who invited you today. And my daughter's up there screaming, so sorry about that.
I can't hear her.
Right at bedtime. So then the second 2 products that we're going to talk about are actually for your kids. Now, you guys came here probably because there are kids in your life, whether they're your own children or grandchildren. I think it is so important, you guys, to teach your kids about good nutrition. So when I talk about these next 2 products, I'm going to say it again. These are meant to complement a healthy lifestyle for your kids. But let's be honest, most kids aren't eating fabulous sources of DHA. Most kids aren't eating enough yogurt to give them enough probiotics, okay? So when we talk about these 2 products, they're meant to fill in nutritional gaps. The first one I'm going to talk about is our newest product, and that is the Mega Kids Microbiome. So this is a drink. So if mom or dad or grandma or grandpa are drinking the pink drink, it's kind of nice that they have their own drink right now. The coolest thing about this, you guys, is that it has DHA in it. I could talk for DHA for like an hour. I'm not going to do that, but DHA is really helpful for brain and eye development. And just a quick thing, it's not only to help with the actual eye development to be able to see. It actually helps as kids view their world and see things in the world, it actually helps that visual acuity, which is taking what they're seeing, taking it back to the brain for processing. So that DHA is commonly found in salmon, for example. It's probably the fatty fish is the best source of it. Now my 4-year-old ate salmon when he was 1. My 4-year-old now won't touch it. So this is, again, just a nice supplement to help fill in those nutritional gaps that maybe they're not getting from their everyday nutrition. The second product that was mentioned earlier is X Factor Kids. So mom and dad have a multivitamin. The kids have not only a multivitamin here, it's a 2-in-1. So it also contains a couple of strains of probiotic. So 2 things when parents ask me about multivitamins for their kids. Number 1, does it taste good? Number 2, is it cost effective? So I'm gonna tell you the answer on both of those is yes. So you guys, I did taste test these. I think most people on this call who are involved with Plexus or use Plexus have definitely tasted them before. They taste kind of like sweet tarts, but they're naturally flavored. And number 2, are they cost effective? I just told you that they're a 2-in-1. So most pediatricians will recommend that kids take a multivitamin. And in addition to that, you don't have to add an extra probiotic, like in the form of Culturelle. It's already in this multivitamin. And it's something that my kids really like. I know a lot of kids, just something to supplement their diet. Can you guys still hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. So those are the products that I wanted to talk to you about. So I hope that all of you guys came here today wanting to learn something and did learn something. I always tell people when I talk to people about their nutrition that knowledge is power, and with more knowledge comes responsibility to change. I'm going to say it again. It's one of my favorite sayings. With knowledge comes the responsibility to change. So I challenge all of you on here today, whether you're using Plexus or not, to make today or tomorrow morning day 1 of that change. Okay, I challenge you to try something to feel better. I thought it was normal to feel tired and to feel low energy and to have digestive problems. That is not normal, okay? I challenge you to try something to make you feel better. And so go back to the person who invited you here today and ask them questions. We talked about a lot of products. You don't have to start with 25 different products. I want you to go back and identify 1, 2, 3, 4 products that you have listened to and heard about to make you feel better. I right now see 3 of my friends on here who I've known for years who have started Plexus wanting to feel better. Some of them have had issues for as long as I've known them, for 15 years, and have started to feel better because of these, okay? So thank you guys so much for listening. I love nutrition. I could talk about it for days and days. It's something that I'm just exploding with energy about because I feel so strongly. Nutrition affects your entire being. Nutrition and gut health, I mean, it just explodes and it impacts every aspect of your life and your health. So take it seriously. Back to you, Lena.
Wow, thank you, Lauren. And I agree with almost everything you said. I mean, without good nutrition and gut health, I mean, your health is it's not going to be where it can be, you know, and so many people live tired. They live like I did for so long with terrible gut health, terrible stomach issues. And so you really do have to be proactive, take the time, learn about your products. There are these lines of supplements that can help you. Hundreds and thousands of people are taking Plexus and they've changed their life. So we want to just say thank you to all the speakers. You guys all did awesome. I loved hanging out with you all tonight. And you know, Plexus is a gut and health and wellness company. So if you guys have any further questions, please reach out to the person who invited you. And I want to wish you guys all a happy and healthy school year. And that's all we got for tonight. So thank you guys so much. Have a good one.
Thank you.